Some fighters are beloved for their personality in the ring, their technical prowess, their string of victories, and their sportsmanship both inside and outside the ring. And some fighters are controversial, contentious, inspiring argument among fans and pundits. The reputation of boxers often rises and falls on the tide of choice. Which fights they take, which styles match up best, which weight classes they can make weight for, or which pieces of advice they'll take from their teams. When fighters don't listen and difficult decisions are made, a downfall is often inevitable, and redemption can feel uncertain. Such is the story of Kell "Special K" Brook, a fighter with no small number of accolades and a group of passionate fans still in his corner, but a fighter who also seems to make one ill-fated decision after another.
Again, a lot of people think that he's a slouch. And when you get run over twice the way that he did, people just write you off. You know what I mean?
Many pundits and boxing fans have already disregarded him, saying the best years of his career are behind him. But some, including Brook himself, still hold out hope that he has plenty of tricks up his sleeve waiting to be revealed. As an unexpected and contentious matchup with three-weight world champion and ESPN's pound-for-pound #1 Terrence Crawford looms on the horizon in November 2020, the reaction across the boxing community has been mixed. Can Brook rise above his reputation to upset the champion and prove his detractors wrong? Or will he be plagued by his past and ultimately be denied the redemption he so desperately desires?
But managing Kell's career has probably been the toughest of any career I've been involved with. But we've had some amazing nights. And when I texted him the other day, as he said, he texted me the other day, I said to you, I want you to go and win this fight. Go and shock the world. And I hope he wins.
Like, share, and subscribe to Ultimate Fighting Network as we find out what it's really like to fight Kell "Special K" Crawford. Kell Brook was born and raised in Sheffield, South Yorkshire in the UK, and took an interest in boxing from an early age, having his first amateur fight at the age of 12. He was trained by legendary boxing trainer Brendan Ingle, as well as Ingle's son and successor Dominic, a promising start for a young fighter's career.
All I can say is he's good, and hopefully he's good. He's going to get better, because he's only young. And if you look at him, he hasn't got a mark on him.
Brook had a very successful amateur career, winning 31 out of 36 fights and a number of championships and medals before he began his journey as a professional in 2004. He had a professional record of 16-0 by the time he defeated Barrie Jones for the British welterweight title. The next few years were a string of victories for Brook as he built up his style, often described as technical. He has an orthodox stance with a penchant for clean punches, an intelligent defensive ability, and great skill at counterpunching. In his best fights, Brook shows considerable technique, accuracy, and skill, landing punches in bunches, and regularly achieving decisive knockdowns. But most notable about Brook is his audacity. He goes out and gives it his all, no matter what the outcome.
One thing I'll say about Kell Brook is Kell Brook never goes into a fight thinking he can lose. He always goes in to win, and he trains to win. That's the one thing about him you have to give him credit for. Every fight I've ever trained him for, he has put 110% into it and got him 110% prepared and fight to the death.
This audacity has been a true double-edged sword in Brook's career and has led to a series of polarizing decisions. What once made Kell Brook an exciting fighter, the name to watch, especially when he signed with promoter Eddie Hearn and joined Matchroom Boxing's stable in 2011, would also lead to choices that he would come to regret. Brook was about to learn that it doesn't take much to lose the patience and the promise of boxing fans.
And he took the chance because he was living so badly. And we never knew if this kid would even fight again, let alone get a big fight.
In his rise through the rankings, Kell Brook was undefeated, and from the numbers, appeared to be a fighter on the up and up. He gained a significant fan base, eager to watch him succeed. But behind the scenes, things were more complicated. Feuds bubbled under the surface between Brook and his team. The ability to make weight led to a series of poor decisions, as Brook would balloon over and over again, then lose the weight in unhealthy ways, then gain it back again through poor lifestyle choices. In 2016, Brook announced that he would climb 2 weight divisions to fight Gennady Golovkin, undefeated unified world champion, as a middleweight. This caused quite the flurry of conversation throughout the boxing world, including disappointment on the part of Golovkin's team, and even caused the WBA to withdraw their sanction for the fight, as Brook had never fought middleweight before, and it was considered a dangerous move. Brook, as he had shown before, gave his all, and his fans praised his bold performance against Golovkin, but in the end he was defeated, the first of his career. Not only that, but in the first few rounds, Brook experienced a shattered eye socket, leading his corner to throw in the towel. It was a crushing defeat for an as-yet undefeated title holder. The second difficult battle came in Brook's return to welterweight in 2017 against Errol Spence Jr. Brook was tenacious, but another blow to the eye and a powerful performance by Spence led to a stoppage. It was Brook's second defeat in a row and his first as a welterweight. If there'd been suspicions that his defeat at the hands of Golovkin was due only to mismatched weight, his defeat by Spence threw a shadow over that theory and led Brook into a desperate phase of his career. Many fans and pundits thought his rise was over, but Brook wasn't done yet.
I've got much more to give. Honestly, I won't be able to walk away because then I know that I'd have an eagle there thinking my only two losses have been through eye injuries and against the Golovkin and, arguably the pound for pound in Errol Spence, one of the best, and the circumstances they were. I won't be able to live with myself. So, basically, I just want to give myself the 100% the best opportunity, to walk away from the game with my head held high, knowing that I've given it my whole. Even though it might be the last chapter in my career, I want to give it my all and to see what I really, really can do.
Since his defeats, Brook has returned to form, this time as a light middleweight. With 3 wins since facing Spence, in 2020 it was announced that Brook would face 3-weight world champion Terence Crawford as a welterweight. This decision sparked mixed reactions across the boxing community. Those who believe Brook is washed up see it as a waste of both fighters' time and energy. Many of them want different, higher profile, more popular fighters to face down Crawford. But there's a small but vocal group who believe that Brook may still have the skill that he once displayed as a welterweight title holder. Among those with the highest confidence is Brook himself.
Kell, what's up, man? Obviously, you're confident you can win this fight. So, what do you think a fight looks like on Saturday if it's going well for you?
It's about just getting into my rhythm, being positive, I've got the accuracy, I've got the size, I've got everything what it takes to be champion. I've got the desire, and I've got the power to overwhelm Crawford into my rhythm.
Crawford, while it's clear that he has no illusions about Kell Brooks' skill as an opponent, is confident in his own ability to defeat him.
You're supposed to feel that way coming into one of the biggest fights of his career. He's not the only opponent that went into the fight believing that they was going to stop me or knock me out. So that's nothing new for me. He's just going to have to live up to his words.
It's rare in boxing to have a fight where the stakes are equally high for both fighters. A defeat for Crawford would mean a huge upset, a passing of the title to a new champion, a mark on an as-yet undefeated and potentially legendary record. But a defeat for Kell Brook would likely spell the end of the controversial career of a boxer who gives his all, even when it's in the wrong direction. Only time will tell whether 2020 is the year that Kell Brook gains back his desperately desired redemption.
Does it feel like Kell against the world at the moment?
Listen, no, all. At the end of the day, I'm self-motivated, and that's the main thing. People what are around me. Because of this COVID, nobody's seen too much of me because of the situation. But believe you me, I've been putting myself through it. I'm self-motivated, and them haters are my motivators. I see that people writing me off, and that's going to bring the very best out of me because I know what I can do.